Welcome back, everybody. Wildlife experts say the ecological effects from the oil spill could be horrible for wildlife. They say if the oil does stay mostly offshore, consequences could be absolutely dire for some deep water marine life such as turtles and dolphins. It could be worse, though, if small amounts of oil reaches the sensitive coastal wetlands that provide food and habitat for a multitude of fish and other creatures. Locally, the Suncoast Seabird Sanctuary is asking for community help here to prepare for injured birds and coastal cleanup as a disastrous Gulf oil spill moves towards Florida. The sanctuary is asking for volunteers and items to be donated, and this morning we have with us Michelle Simoneau and Ralph Heath from the sanctuary to tell us more about what's going on. What's this young lady's story?
This is a baby pelican that actually hatched out at the sanctuary, and of course is in pretty good shape right now because he's living at the sanctuary, so this bird would not be impacted by the oil if it happens to come our way, because right now it's too young to be able to fly. But of course our permanent crippled birds are safe, but the ones that can fly aren't. In fact, one of the things we're doing is going to be holding off on releasing any rehabilitated birds for the near future, just to see what's going to take place with the oil, because unfortunately I wish I had a crystal ball, but I think it's going to come our way.
How do you prepare for this, Michelle?
Well, we've been asking for the community's help to bring in donations, Dawn, dish detergent, Pepto-Bismol, towels, rags, things like that. So we have been kind of stockpiling that for the triage units that will be moving along the coast and helping the wildlife. Also, we have been developing an emergency volunteer call-up list if those volunteers are needed if it comes to the Tampa Bay area.
Does this bird have a name?
No, she's just a baby.
So if oil were to get on a pelican like this, I mean, what would it mean? I mean, if you can't clean her up? Along
our area, the pelicans are certainly going to be one of the first birds that are impacted. And what you have to do is, of course, you have to put them in like a wash tub, and then use Dawn dishwashing detergent is, of course, the best, and very carefully stroke the feathers, because the longer, or I should say the more disruption of the feathers while you're in the cleaning process, the longer it takes for the poor bird to get rehabilitated and back into the wild. So the cleaning process has to be very careful. And then, of course, once you finish the cleaning process, you have to warm the bird up, dry and warm the bird up, and then start its feeding process, because after all, you got to keep them well fed until they're able to be released. And that, of course, takes into consideration how long it's going to take for the environment to get back.
What do you foresee happening? Do you think you're going to be cleaning up quite a few sea animals, seabirds?
Oh, I'll tell you, the best report I have heard is if this thing can't get shut off, it could affect virtually the entire Gulf of Mexico.
Let's hope for the best.
That's
and
all
prepare for the worst, I guess.
Do.
Yeah. All right. Thanks very much for coming in and shedding some light on this and the things that you need. And if you would like to donate supplies or volunteer, here's what you can do. Please bring the items to the sanctuary. It's located at 18328. It's 18328 Gulf Boulevard. Pardon me. This is in Indian Shores. You can also call this number at 727-391-6211 for more information. Guys, thanks very much for being here.
Thank you so much for having us.